Hey guys, we're going to be going for another Dark Kokuryu clear. You tired of this dragon yet? I know I am. So I've already done the perfect clear. I'll link my perfect clear of the final areas in the description. I did a clear without Yoshikiri. It wasn't quite perfect. Now we're going to be doing a clear without Ibara. This will almost certainly not damage cap. If you don't have Ibara, it possibly can be done, but probably not with the units I have. This is what I think is going to be a somewhat respectable damage score without Ibara, though. So we're going to be building on the Ice Party slot, and this is what we're going to be using. We're using all physical scaling chainers. So Grimlord Sakura, we're using a 20% fire. We're using an 80% fire and dark buff, so you need 20% to the team. Her base form is not really being used. The shift form is going to be the primary DPS. We're using her physical scaling skill. I forget what it's called. I think Soul Blade or something. I don't know. It's the physical scaling skill. So we're using physical killers, and we're using Elena's card. I started off using Ibara's card, and I realized, wait a minute, this is a non-Ibara clear. We can't use her card. So yeah, I fixed that. We're not using Ibara's card. Anyway, so there we go. And she's got 250 Dragon Killer, and we're going to be sharing a 200% buff on top of that. Yoshikiri is geared in the base form for some LB fill, and then, the resistance is needed, fire and dark. Shift form, we're going to be doing a chaining with him. He's got 3,000 spirit, some dragon killer. Remember, he uses physical killers, his own card. If it was level 10, it'd be better damage because I'd have more spirit on him. I just don't have it leveled up all the way. 175 dragon killer, 3,000 spirit. Duke is going to be our Dragon Killer buff. He's also going to chain with Bolting Strike. We gave him the Water Dragon replica that gives him a Bolting Strike chain family. Make sure he's dual wielding. And we gave him a Holy Weapon so he does less damage when he dispels the team with Bushido Freedom. He's going to be our Dispel unit. So we gave himself some Water and Holy Resist to resist his own damage. Because mine's not leveled, he's kind of squishy. And there we go. And he does have the fire and dark resist as well. Mastermind Zahn, he is not going to be provoking or evading. So his gear is all the way for fire and dark resist. So he can resist without being dispelled. We're going to hide him for the dispel turn. So we've got him in lots of resist gear. And remember, he does not need to be evading or provoking in this team because Lauren is our evade provoker. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Elena is going to be chaining. We're doing an ice team, so an ice weapon is okay. She's got 20 fire and dark. She's using a bad card because I've only got one good mage card if I'm excluding Ibara's, unfortunately. A lot of Dragon Killer, though, and we are using Dragon Killer buffs. So 175 Dragon and pretty poor stats, but yeah. Lauren is going to be our passive provoke evasion tank. Now, because she's evading, she doesn't need fire resist. All the fire damage is physical, but she does need dark resist. So 20 dark resist and passive provoke evasion, and we gave her Rage Beast Roar so she can dispel Grimlord Sakura's imbue. And then shift form is going to help with damage a tiny amount. She's going to cap with her triple cast single target. Her single hit skills. Blade of Ruin, and then the Magnets and the cooldown. She's got a card, she's got Dragon Killer, she's got dual wield. 300 Dragon Killer, 4,500 attack. Like, if this was a physical fight, it'd be just all over. But it's not. And that's the team. Okay, let's give it a go. I am almost certain we are not going to damage cap this, just fair warning. But this should be, hopefully, an okay damage. I don't know. We'll see. So to start off on turn one, Elena's not doing anything. Sakura is going to Candy Master. We're going to do the Feast for the resist buffs and the LB fill, and Candy Treat for more LB fill. Lauren is going to just AR 3 times. We're trying to get some crystals for Yoshikiri. If we get his LB on turn one, great. If not, it doesn't really matter. We did, in fact. If we didn't, we could do it on turn 2 instead. It would have been fine. We're going to go ahead and shift Yoshi and use his shifted LB. That's a permanent undispellable mod boost for his attacks, which will be relevant later in the fight. Zahn is going to... let's see. We're going to survival mirror on... No one, actually. What am I doing? I'm just going to guard. And Duke is going to Super Heaven's Fall Sphere and jump. Alright, so the boss is going to do some attacks. We don't really care. Then Duke's going to land. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and have Lauren, we're going to AR twice. Oh, that is not AR. And we're also going to Unhesitating Will. This is, again, just for crystals, because we also want crystals, again, on Yoshi for later. Let's see. Yoshi will just triple Haka Kiku thingy. That's going to fill his LB gauge a little bit. Okay, good. And then we'll Candy Master twice with Sakura. Okay, so now Yoshi's got half of LB gauge, which we're going to do his 300% buff for later. Elena, again, nothing to do. Alright, Zon's going to go ahead and Reflector. We're going to steal the Killer from Duke from his landing. We're going to do an Elemental Resist buff on anyone, doesn't matter. That refreshes the turn 1 buffs we did. And we're going to Survival on Lauren to make Zon immune to breaks. Alright, so we're going to get imperiled here. And the reason Lauren is our tank is because Zon's going to hide when we dispel the team. Because currently Zon has that Dragon Killer buff we stole from Duke, and we want to preserve that. So we're going to go ahead and hide Zon with Stealth before we dispel the team. Alright, now Duke is going to Bushido the team, and because he's using a holy weapon, it should deal low damage. We're still buffed up from earlier. I mean, it kind of hurt a little bit, but it's fine. We're good. Okay, so now we're going to have Sakura shift over to her other form. We're going to Grim Burst. We're going to Ethereal Haunting herself for the mod boost, and then double Eclipse Ward. And as soon as we send Sakura, we're going to Rage Beast Roar on Sakura with Lauren. So we're going to send Sakura and then immediately click Lauren. That should dispel the imbue she put on herself, but she keeps the mod boost, and we keep the resistance buffs. And Lauren, at the same time, got the resist buffs as well. So we're good. Now turn 3, Elena is going to Stella Marie. That's going to give herself a 300% attack and magic buff. And Yoshi on turn 3 will just do Hikamori. That reapplies break immunity for the entire team. It also unlocks his quad cast for later. Or his triple cast, not quad cast. Alright, come on, Lauren. I got time for that. Alright, let's go ahead and LB with Elena. We're going to wait a second because this is kind of laggy. Alright, Sakura is going to do Grim Dark Edge, Grim Malefic Aura, and just Eclipse Ward again, doesn't really matter. Yoshikiri is going to 2-hit combo. We're going to imbue the team with the Ice Scroll, and we're going to Game's Not Over, doesn't really matter who, we'll do it on Zon. That's going to give himself a 300% Spirit buff. Duke has nothing to do, we guard. Lauren is going to, Blade of Devotion, we're going to do the Magnus, and then just whatever. We don't really want to hit the boss any more than we have to. Alright, Zon is going to double up. We're going to critical the attack and magic from Elena, and then Projected. So the boss should be Imperiled Ice for a turn. He is. And then Duke can wait. Alright, so this next part of the strategy is going to be something a lot of you are going to get kind of irritated at. We're going to do some serious, like, kung fu chaining. This is going to be, like, next level masterclass chain weaving. I recommend, if you're not good at weaving chains, go to Bismarck's website, ffbechain.com, and try to see how to weave chains. So here we go. We're going to use Duke to double cast Bolting Strike. Yoshikiri is going to triple cast Bolting Strike. Now his is AoE, which is why we gotta do this big headache. Sakura is gonna quad cast Bolting Strike. This is single target though, but no one else is quad casting. You see the complication here. Zahn is gonna triple Bolting Strike, while Elena is gonna triple Bolting Strike, while Lauren is gonna shift Blade of Ruin, Blade of Demolition, and Bright Storm Flash. Okay, so we're going to start off with sending Duke and Yoshi first to start building Yoshi's chain, because he's AoE. We've got to get his chains done early. Then we're going to send Sakura and Elena to start tagging towards the end of that. Then we're going to have Lauren start capping that around that point, while Zahn's going to go towards the end of the chain, so his final chains will overweave with Sakura's third and fourth cast to keep this chain going to somewhere around 135-ish. Alright, so start this. Yeah, this is like, these are the steps I need to do to try to squeeze out extra damage here. It didn't even all the way chain right. I kind of messed that up anyway. But there we go. So there is a 1.7 score without Ibara. That's going to be somewhat okay-ish, I guess. Without Ibara, I don't know. Is that good? Those of you that don't have Ibara, are you doing decently with that? I don't know. 25 out of 30. Yeah, if you don't have Ibara, I don't know. I don't know. And trying to work around Yoshi's dual cast bug while Sakura is quad casting and the others are not. Yeah, that was complicated. Okay. Anyway, there it is. Hopefully that's been helpful for Kokuryu. I'm probably done with him for the week. Yeah. So there you go. There's 3 Kokuryu clears. It's an annoying boss. I'll see you guys next time.